So the big question is this: how are investors like us, who don't have a PhD in finance or millions to start investing, how do we grow our bank accounts to build real savings and retirements and yet still have the time to do what we really love? That is the question, and this podcast will give you the answer. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, looks like the chain broke again today. My loss, your gain. You're going to get some amazing nuggets today. I'm super excited to share them with you. And it all starts with trains. I love trains, you guys. I was just crossing the bridge here, and I see this amazing Norfolk Falcon train. Sorry. I see this awesome train, right? They're so cool. I just love trains. But it made me think about something more important than trains, and that's specialization in the marketplace. Because here's the deal, right? You can not really ever succeed as a generalist. You got to pick something. You got to make that something your thing. You got to make that something you're passionate about. And you have to use that as the way to propel yourself to the future so that you're extremely good at one thing. I'm sure you guys know that. Freaking makes sense. That's how you pick a career. That's how you succeed in life. You just do your thing. You do it really, really damn well. And you're going to go out there and crush it. So with that said, I want to talk about that in the marketplace. It's really, really just so humbling to think that there are trains that are carrying the fuel, that are carrying the raw supplies, that are carrying the cargo, that are carrying all these things that we totally need to survive. And those trains do it. But then at the beginning of the trains, you have the people that produce the fuel, the people that mine the coal, the people that get these raw materials out of the earth, and then you have the workers that do that. You have the workers that run the trains. You have the workers that make the tracks for the trains. You have people picking their things and then doing them very well. And each individual does what they love. It creates this amazing thing we call an economy, which is so cool because that's what makes you rich, right? You invest in the economy, you can build real savings and retirements with long-term investments. It's so great. And the way to do that is just take your money and put it in assets. Assets are things that are going to pay you instead of liabilities, which cost you money, right? That sucks. You want things that pay you. So I'm thinking about that, and I'm applying. You think about all these amazing companies like Bird. They go and they made freaking scooters for people. All they do is rent out these scooters and then create a charging network so that you can charge your scooter and then just ride your scooter every day. And then the people that make bikes, they just make bikes, and that's what they do. There's companies that just own real estate, and that's what they do. They give people houses. And that's so ridiculously crazy because the ones that are really damn good at what they do, they go out and they become a public company, right? They raise capital. They want to release capital in the public markets. They want to open markets, and they want to have transparency. They want to, fund their business and also sell part of their equity, create a longer-term investment in themselves. So what they do is they go to this magical place called the stock market and they go public, right? Now the private company is a public company. They can sell equity in the public markets, which is awesome because that means you can buy their stock in the secondary market. Isn't that cool? Isn't that awesome? Because now what you can do is you can create a portfolio balanced around all these different companies that all do different things. And then when the collective economy grows, when all these individual companies are making more because people are spending more, there's more demand, there's more supply, there's more consumption. Now everyone goes up together, your whole portfolio goes up together because all these very specialized niche industries that have gone public, that have put the work in to create the base of investors, those people now you can put them, right? You can own a little part of that, which is ridiculously cool because you're at this whole different stage of growth and development where now you can own part of Caterpillar, you can own a little bit of that machinery that's around you every day. You can take a stake in your government by buying municipal bonds. It's so cool that there are all these opportunities to participate in the very specialized parts of the economy. And when you do that, you're going to get rewarded with capital. It's capitalism, right? That's how it works. It's awesome. Because when you invest in these people, they want to pay you interest. They want to give you a return. And so they do it. And keep paying you over and over and over. And when you accumulate these amazing assets, what happens is these guys actually go out of their way to make you money. Isn't that insane? Because the whole reason, after they go public, the whole reason the company is still running is to provide for the shareholders, to increase shareholder value. And it sounds stupid and it sounds dumb, but these guys are working every day. The upper management, their entire job is to increase profits, increase revenue, and decrease costs for these people that are called shareholders or investors, or you and me when you buy a stock. And it doesn't cost that much. Some stocks cost 20 cents and you can own part of $1 billion company. I know Razor Inc. I haven't been 9 to noon. They're an example. And they're 20-cent stock. They're like a couple $1 billion. Or I think $1 billion. I don't know. Probably like 1.6 right now. Just kind of depends on their long-term growth. They make these awesome gaming accessories and everyone loves them. And it's so cool because like that company's not even American. They're like Chinese, Japanese, or maybe Korean, I don't know. And they have these US-based securities. So you have these this insane access as an American that very few people have, where everybody in the global economy wants to participate in the US equities market, because the US equities market is so immeasurably more powerful than essentially any other economy in the world, right? Like all these other market systems are essentially based on the US dollar with their foreign currency exchanges. And so when the US dollar index, currencies and Forex is not like usually the best investment vehicle, but it does establish the US as the world's largest player, and it gives our markets this absolutely ridiculous ability to create these insane real savings and retirements that are just unavailable anywhere else, right? Look, if you look at Korean markets, they're just so comparative to the US. It's just the capital's not there, the liquidity often isn't there, and then it's just really, really tough to get these public companies trading really, really quickly, like 9 to noon stocks at double, triple, quadruple, quintuple, because that's when you have just these insane gains that are just killing it in the marketplace. And the way they do that is you get the best economy in the world. I mean, you guys, it's insane how ridiculously lucky we are to be in America. It's awesome. It's amazing. So anyway, you look at these companies that are specializing, and then what you can actually do, which is super crazy, is you can pick, what industries do I think are going to grow. And then if you're right, in whatever time frame you think it is, 5 years, 2 years, 1 year, 10 years, a decade, 2 decades, who knows? Well, you pick a time frame, you make an investment. That investment can last you years of your life, or it can last you a couple minutes, right? But with most long-term investments based on fundamental market growth, a couple months on the low end. If you want to take profits after that, that's cool, yeah. What we're looking at, right, is these companies, and you can pick the sector, right? So if I think credit cards are going to go huge, I can buy Visa, I can buy MasterCard, I can buy Chase, I can buy Chase. You can buy all these public companies, and you just pay a very, very small, share price, or any multiple of that share price to get as many shares as you want. And then all of a sudden, instead of having to go out and start $1 billion company, you can create this insane wealth and build your assets over time by simply buying a little portion of the companies that have already been established, the ones that are already working, the ones that already make money every single year. And that's pretty powerful. That's some crazy, crazy stuff. Because, if you look at, originally in capital markets, it's just, before this, right? If you wanted to go and sell soda and participate in the soda market, you couldn't just buy a share of Coca-Cola, right? You would have to go out and start something like Pepsi, right? And that's a lot of work, takes a lot of money. That's freaking tough to do in a specialized economy where there's already established players, So, you just buy a portion of a stock or any company that's in the field you want to invest in, and now you have this crazy growth prospect where originally there was this super high barrier to entry into, building your portfolio of companies. But instead what you do is you just invest in other people, you trust their management, then you freaking diversify well for long-term investments, and you use that diversification to spread your risk across specialized fields and specialized companies in said fields, and you can create this really, really you create this really crazy fund. You create this really amazing thing called a portfolio. It's an asset. It's going to pay you for the rest of your life. It's going to accrue value. It's going to pay dividends and interest, right? Like dividends, right? It's insane. These companies will take the money they make, and sometimes with bigger ones, they'll pay upwards of 95% of the money they make back out to shareholders through dividends, which means that if you owned Coca-Cola, the proportion of the company that you owned, you would actually receive back the exact same proportion of the revenue, of the profits generated by the company. Like how cool is that? You know, if you buy 10 stocks and 6 of them, 7 of them, you know, not even considering the capital gains going up or down, but like if they just pay dividends, you're gonna get money from them every month or every quarter, right? Usually every quarter. And you pay yearly dividend, it's like a couple percentage points. And all of a sudden, inflation is just out of your mind because that covers your inflation. Sometimes it covers more than inflation. Sometimes you have a bond-like return, which is awesome because these companies generate real results in the marketplace. They generate profits, right? That's the whole point of them, is to have, you know, this money flow through them. And so they pass that on to their shareholders who get this just income from nowhere. And it's awesome, right? Because now you get that on top of, you know, the stocks going up in the long term, and then the portfolio growing in the long term. And it's even better if you're trading technical setups where it's maybe like a 6-month, 7-month, 1-year setup, 1-year technical setup where like it's not like a 9 to noon trade where you just get in and out, right? Like you're holding it for a solid period of time because you see a very solid setup. And when you act on that setup, not only are you going to get like 20, 30, 60+ % gains, depending on the setup, and you know that's just to multiply your portfolio exponentially, geometrically, but you're also getting paid a nice little side bit, right, just to hold the stock. Like that's so cool, because now you have these diversified stream of income from your assets, right, from your portfolio. It's not only the capital gains anymore. It's not only the money that the portfolio makes in growth, right? You also now get access to just this fundamental growth and this fundamental economic principle of dividends, which is so cool. So hey, I hope you guys found this valuable. I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys go out there and freaking buy a ton of stock and make a bunch of money. All right, sweet. I'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Want more stock market secrets? If so, go get your free copy of my best-selling book, 9 to Noon. You can get your free copy plus $11,176 of unannounced bonuses completely for free at 9tonoonsecrets.com. Inside 9 to Noon, you'll find the top 38 secrets we use to double our portfolios every 2 years and make upwards of 10% per trade daily.